Hey everybody, Pablo here. Gonna do a draft set review on the Brokers set. I've drafted this, and first thing I'm gonna talk about is the Brokers family, or band, green, white, blue. And we're gonna get right into it. First, I got the removal here. This witness protection enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green and white citizen creature. Base power and toughness 1/1 named legitimate business person. This is great to put on their rares. Really shut down my deck in one game where I had my only good creature that I drafted turn into a, or not only good creature, but my only good rare that I got turned into a 1/1, and there was no way for me to remove it. Maybe if I had had a Broker's Charm, which it's a green, white, and a blue. Choose one creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn and deals damage equal to its power to another creature or planeswalker. So this is a good removal for creatures, and it could remove an enchantment such as Witness Protection, or you can draw two cards. These are hard to come by, they're uncommon, and people usually grab them really quick because of how good they are. So if you're going with the Broker family, Broker's Charm's the way to go. Sleep with Fishes, another great removal. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature and create a 1/1 blue fish unblockable creature, and the creature you enchant doesn't untap or it's untapped step. So good way to get one of their big flyers or something from ever attacking you again. Buy your silence. Comes with a drawback. They create a treasure token, but you get to exile any non-land permanent. I find that once you're at 5 or 6 mana, so is your opponent in draft. So it doesn't really matter that you're giving them a treasure token. They probably have enough mana to do what they wanted to do anyway. And if they don't, then you're exiling a 3 drop, and maybe you need to reconsider what you're exiling, because then you're giving them their 4th mana, and that could activate what they're doing. But you shouldn't have to be killing 3 drops with this unless they're rare. Hold for ransom. Enchanted creature can attack or block and has pay 7. Hold for Ransom's controller sacrifices it and draws a card. Activate only as a sorcery. Pretty good. Turns bad late game. Um, they still lose their creature. They have to pay 7 and they draw a card. But it's a little worse than the other ones for the reason that they get to draw a card. But I don't think it's that bad. And then final 2 are on Bouncer's Beatdown. Cast 2 less if it targets a black permanent. It's an instant, and it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Worst version of Broker's Charm, because Broker's Charm gives that creature +1/+0. Though the exile is nice. Maybe you're playing against Grixis and they're trying to bring stuff back. But it'll do, especially if you don't have anything else as far as removal goes in your deck. And finally, this is a good one. Kill Shot, costs 3, destroy an attacking creature. Real simple, but gets the job done. Now I'm going to talk about some of the synergies. This isn't really a synergy, but if you can get a few of these, it's nice. You pay 3, get a 3/1. Maybe you can get 3 cards into your hand, and 2 more Gathering Throngs. It gives you firepower for later, and even if they only have 1 toughness, 2 of them can block a 6/6 and kill it. So you're not really losing much if you search your deck for it anyway. Freelance Muscle. 4/4. When it attacks or blocks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power and or toughness among other creatures you control. Now, what I think this synergizes real well with is Security Bypass. An enchant creature, if it's attacking alone, it can't be blocked, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, it connives. I will show you multiple things that I think Security Bypass goes well with. But this one is great. So let's say you have another 4/4 out, you're attacking with an 8/8 unblockable that connives, and you draw a card, which gives it the counter. You draw a card, discard a card, which is nice. Let's see what else we got to go. Oh, I'm going to show you everything I have that goes well with the Security Bypass. Obviously, double strike, and it also connives when you put a Security Bypass on it. So you get an unblockable double striker. That's going to be a 2/2. At least the first first turn, and then it becomes a 3/3 after it deals. It's going to deal 3 damage. I mean 2 damage, unblockable, and then it's going to connive, and it's going to become a 3/3. So that's going to attack for 5 unblockable, and the first turn you put the bypass onto it. Another good one to go with that is Cabaret Initiate. It can gain double strike, so that's a lot along the same lines as the other card, the where is it, the Virtuoso. But yeah, put a bypass on it. It's great. Another double striker right here, the Duelist. It enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it, and it already starts with power of 2, so that's nice. Goes real well with the bypass. Not this one. This is nice too, and this goes well with the double strikers because you can have it a creature enter the battlefield and give your double strikers trample. So even blocking, they're going to get through and deal damage, even when they're blocked. I mean, so that's a nice another synergy. Now this card, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Celebrity Fencer. Goes well with Mage's Attendant, which when Mage's Attendant enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 blue wizard token with sacrifice this creature, counter a non-creature spell. So why it goes well with this is put 2 creatures in. This will become a 5/4, or depending on how many counters it already has on it. And Mage's Attendant also goes well with Rumor Gatherer. It's a 2/1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, scry 1. If it's a second time, it's resolved this turn, draw a card. So if you have the Rumor Gatherer out and you play Mage's Attendant, you're automatically going to scry 1 and draw a card. It's great. Anything, including Citizens, all this whole Citizens pile I have here goes really well with the Rumor Gatherer. All right. Next we have the this one was kind of hard to separate these because I couldn't put multiple in different piles, but this goes really well with the double strikers. You give them 2+1/+1 counters. You can blitz it in and draw a card later if you want, but it goes really well with the double strikers, making them bigger. Lastly, what I have is the Citizens pile, all the Citizens synergies, and obviously I didn't put any rares or mythics in here because those are harder to grab on purpose, but there's no reason to discuss them because most drafts you're not going to get that draft we're talking about. All right, Civil Servant, when it is a citizen, so it's going to gain. I'm gonna talk about this one first. Actually, this is the best one. Darling of the Masses. Other citizens you control get +1/+0. When it attacks, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature. By the way, using this to add 2 counters to the Darling makes it easier to attack without dying. That's a nice little kind of synergy. But yeah, if you got a lot of Citizens cards, and I have them listed here, they go well together, especially if you have 1 or more Darling of the Masses. This will become a 3/3 with a Darling out. You can tap Citizens to give it +1/+0 and lifelink, which is great. Warm Welcome, look at the top 5 cards of your library. Reveal 1 and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and you create a Citizen. This one is cheaper to equip on Citizens, so it makes little 1/1s into 3/2s with Trample, which isn't bad. This is really expensive, but it's a good finisher. It's like a bad overrun, if you guys know what that is. It was a green card. Your creatures get +3/+3 and Trample for 2 and 3 green. But this one gives your citizens an extra 1/1 and Vigilance, which is nice. And lastly, we got Luxurious Libation. Good instant speed interaction you can use during blocking or attacking, and you also get a citizen out of it. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, and create a green and white citizen creature. But those are the main synergies I noticed with this color combination. It's a good attacking color combo. It's got enough removal, mostly in white, a little bit of blue, and 1 in green. But enough to get by. You need to have at least three or four in every draft deck. I think you want to usually prioritize them for their bombs and make them ineffective. Like they could be hitting you with a 3-1 for a while, and you might hold on to the ransom until they throw out one of their bombs that you know is gonna beat you. Well, that's my set review of well, not my set review, my review of the broker family and how to draft with them. And these are little synergies and combos you might want to look for when you're building your deck. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this helps you become a better drafter, at least with the brokers family when you're drafting a new Capenna. Alrighty, please like and subscribe, and I will see you later.